There are at least 7 organs that most humans can definitely live without. Yamaha, Hammond, no. The appendix, the spleen, reproductive bits, both boys and girls. You can lose your beanbag or your ovaries and still be fine. Gallbladder. You could lose a lung, not 2, or a kidney, preferably not 2, and even your colon, which I did not know. But some people have also lived with just a small percentage of their brain. That's not common, but it's possible. However, the question is, what about your stomach? Can you live without your stomach?
It's time for a little bit of science. I'm Will Grant, an Associate Professor in Science Communication at the Australian National University.
Shit, yeah. I'm Rod Lambert's a 30-year psychon veteran with the mind of a 15-year-old boy.
And today, as well as can we live without our stomach, I've got a, well, that's nice to know.
Ooh, I got some fun with animals, maybe.
I've got another nice to know, but this one is in case you want to commit some crimes.
I've also got a little bit of false advertising.
And I got a life hack. A little life hack to, improve things.
Do you know how you get mad about AI being, actually sentient and makes you angry going a rant? I get angry about when people talk about, I've got this hack, and I'm like, fuck you! Hacks make me mad.
I appreciate life hacks are stupid, but this one's just a little one for you. It's just a little one.
I don't mind a life hack if it makes sense. I just don't like all the ones that are basically...
All right, in all honesty, this is not a life hack.
Okay, good. Now I'm happy. So, 2012, the UK, or UK, as no one calls it.
No, they do. They often
Most people do.
I've got to get back to the UK.
Yes, I missed the UK. I'm from the UK. Gabby Scanlan, we've all heard of her. No, we haven't. She was celebrating her 18th birthday. She's hanging out with her friends in Lancaster at Oscar's Wine Bar and Bistro.
Oh, it's a good place for your 18th.
Isn't it? Isn't it? They serve cocktails.
I do think bars and pubs should not advertise this is a great place for your 18th, because I feel like...
Ooh, it immediately sounds a bit sinister.
It sounds very sinister.
Want to turn 18?
Do your 18th with us.
I heard you became an adult yesterday. Horrifying. Horrifying. So they're 18. She and her friends, mostly 18, I assume, all doing some fancy shots.
No doubt.
Everything's great,
Yeah.
as you would. Anyway, so they're doing fancy shots. Gabby and her friends at Oscar's Wine Bar and Bistro.
Not a sponsor.
Not a spot. Well, not yet.
No.
Everyone's a sponsor that...
It will be a weird thing to sponsor.
Wouldn't it? Well, especially after this. So the bar guy says, it's your birthday? Birthday girl gets a free shot.
Oh, wow.
Hands her a nitro Jägermeister shot.
Ah, that sounds light.
It is light. It was kind of smoking or steaming dramatically, very Halloween-like, Like,
Yeah. Green stuff with steam.
Exactly.
The kind of sophisticated drink.
Exactly. It's what all the adults do. You didn't know that. Welcome behind the curtain.
Welcome to 18. You get to have the sophisticated drink.
This is adulthood. So she goes, this is awesome, takes the shot, and immediately describes feeling agonising pain. She says, and this is from the subsequent court case, I turned to the man and asked if it was okay to drink, and he said yes. Smoke was coming from my nose and mouth. Straight away, I knew something was not right. My stomach expanded. From what I read later, that was an understatement. Her stomach really went whoop. What she had not been told by the barman, which may or may not have been significant, maybe you got to wait for it to, quote, die down, so let the substances back off.
So this was smoking. It wasn't on fire.
No, it wasn't on fire. It was like, your dry ice kind of Halloween effect.
Oh, okay.
And the hint is in the nitro Jägermeister shot, because it was liquid nitrogen.
Okay.
So it seems the bar they'd sold a few of these, like liquid nitrogen related things, but they hadn't done a proper, I love the quote, risk assessment.
God.
To make sure drinking the liquid nitrogen, which is, yes, the shit you use to freeze off warts, etc. They were warned before this event by a senior health and safety officer. They visited the bar, this person, and said, look, I've got concerns about you putting liquid nitrogen in drinks.
No doubt.
And here's some guidance on how that may or may not be possible, to which they received no response. So it was just like, maybe the people looked and went,
we'll do all of this.
Whatever.
Implemented so much you don't need to check.
Yeah, we will think about it very hard.
Or not.
Or not. So there were some notes for bar staff on how to do this. There were. But apparently they were not particularly detailed, nor one source described them as loose. Things like staff were told to wait 10 seconds until a liquid nitrogen had boiled off before the person consumes it.
What is the point of making it super cold and then wait a while till it's warmed up and all the liquid nitrogen has
Well, I don't know
gone
how
away?
much they put in there. Like, it's obviously for the smoky effect. It's for it's for the mystical woo effect.
Okay.
But I don't think consuming liquid nitrogen was actually the purpose of any of the cocktails.
No, okay, all right.
It's not like, why don't you drink this deeply frozen, insane stuff? It was more like, look, it's smoky. That'll be £9, as opposed to 2.
Yeah.
Of course, the 10-second number, completely arbitrary.
Well, and also you're on your 18th. You know, who's sitting there waiting 10 seconds for your shot?
Well, the barman is supposed to, in theory, say, by the way, 9, 8, 7. In theory.
This is horrible. I just don't
No,
like
it's great. It's great. It's great. Also, one of her friends apparently said, in the subsequent court case, the barman had said to...
Again, Oscar's not a sponsor.
Not this episode. Drink it while it's still smoking, apparently, the barman said, like, fuck yeah, this is going to be awesome. So the court heard she was left close to death after experiencing an explosion in her stomach 4 seconds after the cocktail was poured for her and she scoffed it.
Oh, God.
So internal tissue was, quote, killed and the lining of her stomach was perforated. So she went straight to hospital.
This seems to be a nice to know episode. I think it's all nice to know. Nice to know.
If you're thinking. So she's straight to hospital and she had surgery to remove her stomach and her small bowel to make sure she lives. Years later, she's still in pain, but she's definitely alive without a stomach and without a small bowel. So what this shows is you don't need a stomach to live.
This is with modern technology.
Yeah,
so
I think like in yesteryear.
Gallbladders and wisdom teeth, you know,
Not the same.
You don't need them at all,
Yeah.
whereas you might need the thing that a stomach does.
Well, this is what they do. They basically remove the stomach and all the bits and they attach the esophagus directly to the small intestines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she'd have like a little machine she carries around.
Like a little stomach.
Yeah, like a thing.
Like a little
like she's got
black
a
bag.
special handbag.
Oh, yeah. What does it do? Digests.
That's me tum-tum. Like
I chew it, I spit it in the bag, and then I drink it again.
so esophagus straight to like it's
straight to
just
small
a straight
intestines,
pipe.
apparently.
Does she get enough nutrients?
They say you do. I mean, you need to apparently, you can have a semi-normal diet, but there's a lot of vitamin supplements and stuff, but apparently you can live without one.
Well,
So I say this is awesome news. And also,
go chew.
surgeons, keep pulling out shit. Let's see how much we can live without.
What can we go back to?
I mean,
Strip it back to base.
I've lost the gallbladder. I've kept the appendix. I mean, I've both lungs and both kidneys. Let's see what we can do. I mean,
I've had haircuts, so
and you're still alive.
exactly.
Luckily, you have vitamins and supplements to survive. So there you go. You don't need your stomach.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Well, I've got another nice to know for you. In 2003, the philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed an argument
yes, he did.
About where we live. Mm-hmm. He wasn't saying I live
Canberra.
in Oxford or Uck or Europe or the world or Canberra if you're in this podcast or wherever you are, listener.
Wherever you are.
No, he was proposing that potentially we could all be inside the Matrix.
Actually, we could choose to, or we are.
No, we are.
Right now.
He said we could be in a simulation. So his argument was that if there are civilizations,
Yeah.
you know, hypothetical civilizations or actual civilizations that become capable of making a sort of conscious civilization. They make a computer world.
Right.
Yeah, they get so good. They get so powerful. They can make
Civilizations who can create matrices.
yeah, they get so powerful, so advanced that they can make supercomputers that have inside them people living inside a simulation.
Right.
The thing is, they can make heaps of them, and those simulations could make simulations.
Oh.
So the argument, and people buy into this, Elon Musk is a believer in this, that there are
No, you don't need to tell me anymore, then I'm in.
there's 3 possibilities here.
Yeah.
Either these simulations aren't possible at all because, you know, technological limits.
Yeah.
Or the advanced civilizations choose not to make them because they're benign or something. Or there are so many of these simulations that realistically, on random chance, we have to be living.
We're more likely to be in one than
We're
not.
more likely to be in a simulation than not. Elon Musk was convinced by that argument. He's like, oh, well,
Yes.
we're not in base reality. We're in a simulation.
Because.
Because, just by chance.
because.
Like if you had said, you know, of the 10 billion possible universes, one is base reality and the rest are simulations.
So in base reality, there's some version of us that exists in meat form. In theory?
No. Base reality says there's your super advanced alien whatevers, and they've got computers, and inside those computers is simulation 1, simulation 2, and even inside simulation 1 is simulation 1.1, 1.
So we could be
in simulation 974.
But we as individuals could be like algorithms, not meat-based.
So we're all algorithms. So we're all inside a computer simulation.
Well, I got to say, you, my friend, are a spectacularly complicated algorithm. I'm very impressed.
I don't feel that complicated.
But okay.
But I've got some good news.
Excellent.
Some good news. A team of physicists, mathematico-physicists, those kinds of theoreticals.
Yeah.
At the Canadian Quantum Research Centre.
I love that centre.
Says, not possible.
You mean, nutty?
We've done the math. We're in base reality.
When you put it in the calculator, you're actually made of meat.
Their abstract ends on the line here. This framework also implies the universe cannot be a simulation. So I'll give you the takeaway message.
Okay.
But I thought, as a veteran 30-year science communicator, you could help me interpret this abstract that I'm going to read. It's got some complicated bits in it.
Okay.
General relativity treats space-time as dynamical.
Okay. Einstein, carry on.
And exhibits its breakdown at singularities. Black holes.
Stephen Hawking.
There you go. Nice. This failure is interpreted as evidence that quantum gravity is not a theory formulated within space-time. Instead, it must explain the very emergence of space-time from deeper quantum degrees of freedom, thereby resolving singularities.
Peter F. Hamilton novel.
Nice. Quantum gravity is therefore envisaged as an axiomatic structure, and algorithmic calculations acting on these axioms are expected to generate space-time.
Oh, I can translate that.
But here's the good bit. Because this is what I always look for.
Yep.
However, Gödel's incompleteness theorems.
Gödel.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies.
Jesus, your German is Scheißhaus.
Sorry, I heard Gödel.
Scheißhaus German.
Tarski's undefinability theorem.
Undefinability theorem?
Yeah, and Keitan's information theoretic incompleteness. 3 versions of incompleteness, undefinability, and incompleteness establish intrinsic limits on any such algorithmic program. Basically, they're saying you couldn't compute it. No computer could do it. It would be impossible because of all of the things that you can't know.
Too much stuff, therefore you can't make the simulations.
I think so. Etc. etc. Together, these
that's the best abstract.
Together, these results imply that a wholly algorithmic theory of everything is impossible. Certain facets, so you can't compute it.
There's too much to compute.
You can't.
There's too many unknowns.
It's got to be base reality. Like you can't compute a whole theory of everything.
Is that what the people who created our reality want us to think, though?
Well, maybe.
Is that in there?
They're that good. I don't know. They didn't ask. Certain facets of reality will remain computationally undecidable and can be accessed only through non-algorithmic understanding.
I always must contend the idea that this will remain impossible because humans are very good at claiming things will be always impossible, and then like, actually nerves can grow back.
No.
Actually dogs can live longer.
No, but like Mr. Heisenberg says, these 2 things, you can't, and that's one of those other...
But then Star Trek fixed it with the Heisenberg compensator.
Star Trek is not base reality.
How do you know?
It's not base reality.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's a show that they put into this reality to talk to us about base reality.
Whoa, how good would that be, though? You put your own reality into someone's simulation.
Wouldn't you?
We formalize this by constructing a meta theory of everything. Right. I'm just like, go physicists. Grounded in non-algorithmic understanding, showing how it can account for undecidable phenomena and demonstrating that the breakdown of computational descriptions of nature does not entail a breakdown of science. Because any putative simulation of the universe would itself be algorithmic, this framework also implies the universe cannot be a simulation. So I don't understand all of that. I reckon I'm probably at 99.8%.
Obviously.
But it's that last 0.2% that's tricky. But I'll work on it. But I took their last line and I said, there you go, we're not in a simulation. I love it.
It's after all that. What's your takeaway? Well, we're not. What a relief.
So there you go. Some good news for everyone out there who doesn't want to live in a simulation.
So we often talk about fun with animals. But what's not always clear is, are you sure animals are having fun? How do you know? So, for example, dogs. I'm a dog owner, so are you.
Yes.
And I absolutely 100% know for sure whether my dogs feel good, bad, whatever, what makes them happy, what makes them sad.
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
100%.
Right? 100%. So Arizona State University, they did a wee study. Not only people are often wrong about how their dog is feeling and wrong about their confidence in it, According to at least one of the authors in this study, a woman called Holly Molinaro, she said, our research shows not only are people not probably right, they're not even looking at the dog when they're trying to work out what their emotions actually are.
No, well, you look at other things.
The walls, a book, my phone. So what they mean is people tend to spend a lot more time assuming what the dog is telling them from the expectation of the context rather than actually relating it to the behaviour of the dog.
So, okay, so I would say context probably does mean a fair bit.
It matters.
Like I have a possum that comes over our house regularly at night, and our dog, it's a close friend of this possum, wants to go outside and say hello.
Chums.
Quite regularly.
I want to hug you with my mouth and teeth.
And so let's go, the context is possum runs across the roof and jumps into the backyard.
Yeah.
I can guess my dog's emotion is, I would really like to go out there and
hug the possum.
well, some version
Make contact with.
get that possum out of my yard, or some version of that.
Into my belly.
Yeah, into my what? I doubt. Well, she would not have the guts to eat a possum.
And she bites one and then goes, what do I do now?
I'm so screwed.
What do I do?
It's a wild animal. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm cut and messy. So what she means is, or what the researchers mean is, people tend to spend more time assuming what the dog is telling them rather than actually checking in. Like when the vacuum's going off and the dog starts going crazy,
Yeah. Okay.
you go, well, obviously the dog's afraid
Okay.
of the vacuum. But that might not necessarily be true.
Well, okay. Wait. Okay.
The interpretation might not be true.
Just give me this one. So my dog hates when I get the lawnmower out. Like to the point where she can see my lawnmower's breaking down a fair bit. I have to use some pliers and some stuff to get it started. And so if I go to the shed, one of my sheds, and get the pliers out,
Sorry to show off.
she's like, I know what you're doing. I'm going to bark at this monster.
This shed,
and
these
so,
pliers are monsters.
yeah, and then I start barking while I'm starting the lawnmower,
Yeah.
and then once she starts, she's like, oh, freaking, yeah, don't want it. I get that she probably hates the thing. She hates the noise of it. She thinks it's a very threatening sort of thing. Doesn't like it. It's got to happen. But
Look, and you might be right, but science is going to, check this out more clearly. So what they did was they filmed the dog reacting to both positive and negative situations. Like the positive is like being offered a lead, given a treat, and a negative, I love the quote, is being gently told off.
okay.
Oh no,
Well, it's science.
naughty Poppy. As opposed to, you fucking monster, we're going to murder you and your offspring. Anyway, so they used the footage for 2 experiments. They took a whole bunch of situations, or at least a number of situations with the dog, and how they react to positive or negative, clearly positive or negative things. So first they took, I don't know why this number, 383 members of the public.
Power law.
Absolutely, yeah, they used the G-star, sorry. They played the video, so they were giving them both with and without the context of the behaviour. So some of them saw, here's the dog with a vacuum, and others just saw the dog reacting. They'd try and pick what it was. And this is a baseline for interpretation of what's going on. Then they edited the videos. So sometimes the dog's behaviour and the stimulus were mismatched. So here's a treat, but here's a vacuum reaction.
Yes.
For example. Then they got 485 members of the public.
Okay.
Participants had to rate
And they're like, because they're getting a treat, they have to be happy, and that's the happy.
that kind of thing, yeah. So how happy, how sad are they, how excited or calm, etc. What they found was people would react, they'd see a dog, what they thought was reacting to the vacuum cleaner, and they'd go, oh my God, that dog is freaking out.
Yeah.
But then they'd show exactly the same video with a leash, and they'd go, fuck, that dog's excited.
Do you know, just I don't know if you're going to tell this bit.
I don't know either.
But do you know how they get, for a movie, dog fights? You get dogs playing, and then you low down the sound of them being happy, and you put in some barking sounds in it, and it looks exactly the same.
The other one, I think it was, what was the name of the anthropologist? I blanked on his name.
Just to pause you.
Chimps.
Okay, they're not an anthropologist then. I was just going to say, you just got to be careful going from a dog story to an anthropologist, because that suggests looking at humans. And
anthropology does also go to your non-human primates.
Oh, but is it the study of primates, is it?
Sometimes, according to.
Okay, all right. I'll take that.
What the fuck was his name?
I was just worried that you were going to say, we're
all monkeys, man,
or something.
But there's a classic example of that. They took a bunch of chimps interacting with each other.
Yep.
And unless you have full context, you can't tell if they're playing or fighting.
No, totally.
You absolutely can't.
Totally. And look, that's what I think about. When
your children.
I was going to go, war or something like that.
Yeah, no, they're blowing each other up, but for fun.
Exactly. I'm shooting him in the head, and it's all game.
This is giggly torture as opposed to actually trying to extract information. So they showed all these sort of conflicting images. This is a dog reacting to a vacuum cleaner, but here's a treat, etc., etc. But it turns out, really, as a rule, people would always judge it on context, not actually really paying deep attention to the dog's actual behaviour.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, what is interesting was people clearly projected their own emotions onto the dog. So they took measures of how they were feeling before they went in. And like if people were feeling happy, they're more likely to go, what a happy puppy.
Yeah.
And if they're in their shits, they're like, well, this dog's furious or terrified. So the researchers were wondering if people not knowing the dog might make a difference. Like, well, this is not a dog I'm aware of.
Yeah. I don't know its emotions.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know the specifics of the dog. But even the guy who was acting in the videos, whose dog it was, would get it wrong when shown the videos in different orders. So that's one person, that's only one case, but the suspicion was they got it wrong. So the bottom line is, unless we're really paying attention, we're shit scientists who just take shortcuts and run with assumptions. Shock horror. It's like we don't move through the world like scientists. But also what this really blows my mind about is I've just been recently watching this ABC series Muster Dogs because it's just delightful. And the people who know how to train dogs and really read their cues, they've always blown my mind. But now it's amazing what they do and don't see. And they genuinely do because you can see, because the way the dogs actually respond to them, it's phenomenal.
I was just going to say, there's a movement in all animal ethics. It might have been started in places where there is not a higher ethical duty, but we're more intimate. So people doing research with dogs.
So Denmark, obviously, because they're always better at everything.
I was thinking more like the people doing research with dogs versus people doing research with mice.
Right.
But still involving consent in animal research. And what they're saying is if the dog doesn't want to be part of the study, you've got to allow them to not be part of the study. We do that with human ethics all the time.
We do.
And it's a little bit weird when you go, okay, how do you allow an animal?
So Rover.
No, but
wanna
they are.
play?
But they're like, okay, here's the study over here, and you can go lie down in your bed if you don't want to be part of it.
I have zero problem with the principle. The practice of it is demonstrably more complicated.
Yeah. But I remember whinging about this. Someone was like, "Oh, what if we had an AI translator for your dog's emotions?"
Yeah.
And there's a bit of me that's like, I know what my dog is thinking when it's tapping on the door and wants to go out and bark at the possum. That's what it wants. When it's close to walk time, when it's close to feed time, I know it. But they're all contextual, so maybe I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, and look, obviously, like most science, it needs more, but it's interesting. I'm curious.
So if you want to commit some crimes...
And I do.
I've got some research for you that you might want to know about.
Okay.
So I'm going to go from a couple of different studies here and just tell you a few interesting results. So modern forensic techniques can...
with which I'm very familiar.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They can get DNA from like pretty small samples these days. Like it's pretty tiny. Blood, semen, we've got a lot of that. And that's causing a problem because as these research papers are saying, forensically aware criminals can utilize gloves and meticulously clean crime scenes to remove DNA traces of themselves from contacted surfaces.
Okay.
So forensically aware criminals cleaning up.
Burn the place down.
So our forensic friends have said, you know what we could do? We can do the stuff they can't clean. They can do the stuff they can't clean.
Like what?
The air.
Nope.
The air. So I wanted to do...
Wait. So even after someone's gone in, right, and they've murdered the parent,
and
they've banged everything in the fridge.
And you've breathed in a space.
And then they scrubbed everything clean, and there's exit mold and bleach and everything, and yet the air still betrays them. Serious.
Well, I'll tell you if you want to commit some crimes.
I could just be curious without being a criminal.
No, indeed. A few results here. So, number one. Results of this pilot study show that human DNA can be collected on air conditioner unit surfaces and from the air. So We can
It gets sucked into the filter and
it gets sucked. So
no.
dust and breathing can come out of your air conditioner.
So the only way to commit a crime is to hold your breath. Wear a plastic
Wait,
bag.
no,
over
I've
your
got a way to commit a crime in a second.
Okay. Wow.
Air samples representing the more recent occupation, while air conditioner units show the historic use of the room. So you go in there and you swipe the air. You don't swipe the air. There's a machine.
You run around with a cotton bud going.
But it gives you more. But the air conditioner, that'll give you like a history.
It will.
Thing.
Gross as fuck, but yes.
Another study. This study showed that human DNA can be collected from air in sufficient amounts to yield full genotypes.
Jesus Christ.
Suggesting that the potential use of aerosol DNA as a novel investigative tool for forensic applications. Now, the key thing of that study is they were in an office building, and in fact, they went into a forensic lab, which was quite clean. And they said, fellas and girls, we got to be a little bit careful because us breathing is putting DNA into the air here. And
I thought you meant when you said it was in an office environment, it's like, now if you're going to steal a stapler, you've got to be really cautious these days.
But here we go. If you do want to commit some crimes, I do have some positive news for you. This is via our friends from, let's say, I don't know the exact lab, but it's Forensic Victoria and Forensic South Australia.
Big fans of the
plus
show.
A couple of unis down near there.
Yep.
Results of their study demonstrates, yes, car seats can be valuable DNA sources.
Yeah, they can.
People breathe on the steering wheels, but the air sampling in cars
from the pollen filters
did not produce informative results
from the car.
So you can't get an air sample. You can't just swipe the air.
Always crime in a car.
I just got to say though, I'm air.
That is insane.
You know it's wild. It's so wild. I mean, I don't know if any of these papers are all 2023, 2024.
So we're way beyond that now. Okay.
No, these are
they're right now.
They're happening right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of this has been taken to court, and fully.
Oh, it will be
gone through the. But the idea of we know you were in this space, even if you were meticulous. You got gloves. You're track suited up. You got the mask on, but
this comes back to my complaint about Gattaca.
Yes.
The movie.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, it's a movie. And DNA matters. But the scene where... Is it Matt Damon? Is he the dude?
No. It's the other guy.
Jude Law.
No.
Keith Wensley.
No. Well, no, actually, I only know one of the actors. I think there's actually two guys in it. It might be Jude Law and it might be...
Isn't it Matt Damon? Who's the guy?
It's not... he's like a...
The poor man's Matt Damon? Russell Crowe.
I've got his face in my head. He's not Willem Dafoe. He's
not.
He's like a version of Willem Dafoe.
Ethan Hawke.
There you go. Oh, look at you. We went through a celebrity marriage.
We got there. But in that movie, when he's scrubbing himself, because they're clearly very advanced in detecting DNA, and he's kind of pretending to be this other person, and he's scrubbing himself with brushes and he's washing carefully and all this sort of stuff. And I thought, if you're that good at DNA detection in this society, that's horseshit.
You cannot scrub enough.
Yeah, that is absolutely horseshit.
I mean, that is a non. If you are able to detect DNA at that sort of, there's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely. And so
I mean, I guess you. Could
I was
put
already
on
annoyed by Gattaca by that.
Full hazmat
this has made me more
throughout
annoyed.
your whole life. That's
well, most of us do that.
But you might be suspicious for other reasons.
Why?
But yeah, you just can't get.
You make it out of denim, so it looks normal.
Denim hazmat suit. I want one.
I'll get you one.
I feel
Next
like
birthday.
Britney Spears. She wore one in the 90s. Denim hazmat.
Yeah, but it was only protecting her butt and her boudoirs.
Yeah.
I got a quick complaint. It's false advertising.
Oh.
From our very good friends, or my very good friends at New Scientist Daily. They sent out a newsletter on the 31st of October. And here's the headline. Dinosaur Ding Dong.
I can believe why you were like, finally.
I'm like, this is fantastic. This is fantastic.
This will be great podcast material.
Yep.
Or you were like, finally, the wishes that I had as a schoolboy to see a...
And by schoolboy, you mean recently. I was like, really? New Scientist? Yay for you. And you've put a headline, Dinosaur Ding Dong. And I thought, I'd freaking love you guys. You guys rock.
And thank you for going with Ding Dong.
Exactly. So I started reading the little snippet from the newsletter. Dinosaur fossil thought to be a juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex is in fact a fully grown carnivore of a different species. I'm like, keep going. Let's get to the dick. According to researchers...
Scroll.
The abstract goes on. According to researchers who believe they've finally settled a long-running and fierce debate in paleontology. So there's been a brawl since the 1940s over whether this particular fossil is a Tyrannosaurus baby or a different kind of dinosaur.
Yeah, sure.
And it turns out it's just been settled, finally, since the 1940s, that it's a different kind of dinosaur. And I'm like...
Good on them.
Tell me about the ding-dong. Like, the headline says, dinosaur ding-dong. Tell me about the ding-dong. Like, do they have bones in it? How could it be fossilized? And it turns out what they meant by ding-dong was...
Well, some ding-dongs do have bones.
Like whales.
I don't know, but I'm just saying that it's...
Ocelots. So it's not about the ding-dong refers to our very prim British friends, the brawl over whether it was a Tyrannosaurus or not. So the ding-dong as in a stoush.
I am...
Disappointed?
Very.
Ditto. And like, look, I'm an Australian, right? So root means sex and
Yeah.
ding-dong means penis. But it did not here. I've been lied to. I'm very grumpy.
But you can't use it in a headline. No, you should check that.
Yeah, dinosaur ding-dong means we've got a fossilized dick.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally, the thing that not many people... I actually think...
Lied to.
I suspect they are cloaca-bearing creatures.
Not the ones with ding-dongs.
No, they wouldn't be. I mean,
I thought-
by definition,
I
if they
thought-
had ding-dongs, they would be ding-dong-bearing creatures. But
Maybe they could have both.
I think latest studies suggest that they are more of the cloaca type.
A tad birdish.
Yeah, a tad birdish, unsurprisingly, because
We
they
have
are.
one orifice for all things at the lower parts.
Well,
of
new
it.
scientist,
Lift your game.
Lift your game and use some colloquialisms that the world appreciates, not just...
And by the world, we mean us in Australia, because seriously, if you're going to say ding-dong, give me my penis story.
Well, that is your little bit of science. Take with it what you will.
Share it with people. Tell everyone that they should listen because they should.
Yeah, they should.
Give us the 19-star
And if you
reviews.
have a fossilized dinosaur ding-dong,
Email us at our email.
cheers at a littlebitofscience.com.au. And thank you, Laura, for
you,
writing
Laura.
back to us. I'm sorry it took us so long to get back to the place where you listen. But here we are again.
Our friend from the US.
Yeah, one of our many.
This particular friend from the US.
Yeah, exactly.
Who stands out amongst the millions.
Yeah, exactly. So write us an email and tell us some cool stuff.
Tell us you love us. Tell everyone you love us. And then we will be able to live off this for at least a minute or two.